Trained by the pain, adopted by gorillas, got a tank for a car, ice for arm.
What up, yo? It's your boy Onslaught Tree. We back with another episode for y'all, man. And we back with another album review. Y'all know how we always start each and every episode. If you haven't subscribed to 16 Barz yet, go on down, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on the bell to get notified whenever we upload brand new content. And if you like these videos, don't forget, give these videos a thumbs up. All right, yo, listen, no physical copy today. Again, my mans, you can't lend your mans your CD, yo. Learn this. Don't lend your mans your CDs. They don't return them, yo. But anyway, we're going to do best we can. We got a bunch of Mobb stuff here. This album we're going to be reviewing today. This is Mobb Deep. This album is the Blood Money album. This is their first album when they went, well, their first and only album when they went over to G Unit, all right? This album was released on May the 2nd, and the intro track you just heard right there, that track was called Out of Control. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. But let's get into the review, man. We're going to jump into track number 2. I'm going to give y'all a verse off of track number 2. This joint is called Put Them in Their Place. And there's actually a version of this song where it goes, Put It in Their Face. But anyway, track is called Put Them in Their Place. This is the Prodigy verse. Rest in peace, Prodigy. All right, Prodigy goes, yo, I was schooled by the hood, raised by the wolves, trained by the pain, adopted by gorillas, got a tank for a car, ice for an arm, got tattoos with skin and scars from brawls. Ooh. Got a building for a crib, Manhattan for a backyard. Skyscrapers, ladies, they fucked me when their man gone. Kings of New York, I'm one of the few of those difficulties to come. It's gonna be funerals. You get a quiet spot in the shade for a grave. You get a quiet spot in the shade for, oof. Yo, this joint right here, this joint is called Put Them in Their Place. Sometimes it's even called Put Them in Their Face. Let's go, man. Prodigy, let's go.
I was schooled by the hood, raised by the wolves, trained by the pain, adopted by gorillas, got a tank.
Listen, like I said, this is the first album that when Mobb Deep made the transition over to under G Unit Records. And to tell you the truth, I wasn't really happy about that move. I mean, G Unit was doing their thing. They were really doing some stuff here in New York in the industry. They were putting up numbers. They were moving units, and they had that buzz, and they had that G Unit movement going. But if you know Mobb Deep's catalog of music, it really wasn't. People really didn't think it would have been a good fit for them to go over there. And again, I really don't know exactly what the reason for it but a lot of people stated that it was monetarily. They did it to get their finances in order, make more money. G Unit was popular, get more popularity. And I remember even Big NOYD. Big NOYD did an interview. Big NOYD did an interview speaking of how this was a bad move for Mobb Deep. Why are they going over there? Why are they giving control over to G Unit? We got our own thing over here. We should just keep on rocking with Mobb Deep. We're going to get where we want to get. But again, they still made the move, went over to G Unit, and this was one of the records. This was the only album that was under G Unit Records. And this is actually one of the only albums that Big NOYD is not featured on. All right, so we're going to talk about that throughout the album as well. Let's move on to the next track we're going to talk about track number 5. Track number 5 is called Speaking So Freely. Ooh, and Prodigy. Oh man, but you know what though? I'm gonna give y'all the Havoc verse. Speaking So Freely. This is Havoc. Havoc goes, yo. Havoc says, yo, it's all about the murders and the killings. Bitches that catch feelings. Jiggers mixing business with pleasure. Won't measure, will it? Summer's my home skillet. Just came home from Peanut. I try to look out for him. Now I can't. Ooh, this sounds really, really personal on this verse right here. I'm going to let y'all listen to the verse yourselves. Again, this track is called Speaking So Freely. This is the Havoc verse, y'all. Let's go.
It's all about the
Murders and the killings, bitches that catch feelings. Niggas mixing bitters with pleasure, won't measure will it.
That verse you heard right there, that was the Havoc verse. And it sounded really personal, that track, when you hear those bars in there. And on this album, there are a few other producers on there. I know Alchemist did some stuff on the album as well, but this album was mostly produced by Havoc. Havoc did most of the production on here, and you can hear it. Most of the tracks, whenever you hear a track come on, you can normally hear that it's a Havoc produced track. But I'm going to say this track right here, it had me a little bit puzzled. When I first heard this track right here, when I heard the production on it, it kind of threw me for a loop. But first, I want to give y'all a verse off of this. This track is track number 10. This track is called Capital P, Capital H. I'm going to give y'all the Prodigy verse off of this, yo. And again, listen to the production on this one, yo. This one kind of threw me for a loop. But again, this is a Havoc production. But let me give y'all some of the bars off of this first, all right? This is Prodigy. Prodigy goes, yo. When this shit goes down, you won't be surprised how this shit turns out. I'm a gangster. You try my hand and get cut. And have Havoc. And have by the wrath for the AK done. I'm a menace, a millionaire, rich, and I'm ruthless. You got plans of getting the P? Don't do it. Yo, let's get into this right here. This track right here is called Capital P, Capital H. Listen to the production on this one right here, yo. This one threw me for a loop, man. Let's go.
What's your name, fool?
Capital P, bandana P, VIP, MVP.